Hey everybody, it's your boy Mac Dabs here today, and we got some Call of Duty on the screen and some Mac Dabs in the sheets. So today we're going to be talking about one of many crazy ex-girlfriends and one of many crazy things that they did to me. This guy. So I'm not going to name any names or anything, partially because if you hear their names you're going to be like, yeah, that's the first sign, but also in respect to keeping things personal and stuff like that. So my current girlfriend, I've been dating for about 2.5 years now, and we've been through a lot of stuff together, and a lot of those things are my fault because I decided to date some crazy people. And you know, sometimes people get lonely, and
when a mommy cat and a daddy cat love each other very much, they decide that
even if they know they're crazy. Yeah. Now my ex at the time I hadn't talked to for probably like almost a year, so it was crazy that any of this even came up. So she had a new boyfriend and everything, and she had been with this guy like I think almost ever since we had broken up basically. And this guy she was actually engaged to, and I think still is engaged to. I really don't know. She was dating this guy at the time, and her and her friend and her fiance had tried to make it seem like I sent her boyfriend nudes of her. Are you staying with me? Am I staying on track? And are you? So her boyfriend thought I sent nudes of her to him to basically piss him off, which made no goddamn sense. It didn't make a lick of sense at all, and the whole thing was ridiculous. But because of the whole situation, they actually like reported it to the office and everything. And like I said, I don't think this kid was even in school. I don't know if he dropped out. I don't know. Maybe he was in school but just ended up being excused that day for the whole situation. I know that they ended up having to bring him to our school, but I don't really know why. And like I said, the whole thing is freaking nuts. I got called down to the office, and basically, if you've ever been to the office in school, then they kind of interrogate you because your principal and all your principal's helpers think they're cops anytime they talk to you about anything bad. So I was kind of getting interrogated at the time, and basically I walked in and they said, do you know why you're here? And I was like, no, I really don't know why I'm here. Not at all, because I did nothing bad at the time, and I was not a bad kid in high school. I didn't get called into the office. To be honest, I probably got called in more than I should have, but most of the time I walked out scot-free, basically, because it usually wasn't me. So they had kind of interrogated me a little bit more because I think they thought I was lying at first. But after a little bit of basically repeating the same question to me, they had realized that I was telling the truth, and I had no clue at all why I was there. I had no idea. And then they were like, well, have you talked to this girl at all lately? And I said, no, not at all. And they were like, well, have you talked to this boy at all lately? And I was like, I don't even know who that is. I've never seen or heard of that person before in my life. Because they knew I was telling the truth and everything, they started to explain the situation to me. They explained to me that you know, apparently somebody sent her boyfriend or fiance, I'm sorry, her fiance, nudes of her to antagonize him, and I guess they said it was me, and yeah, didn't make any sense. The office had to take my phone for the day. I didn't get it back until the end of the day, and they had to look through my whole phone. I think I even had to like show them my contacts and my texts, but they had to look through my whole entire phone. I didn't have either one of their contacts. I didn't have any texts going on. I don't think I was even friends with her on Facebook or him or following them on Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter or nothing. Nothing at all. So like I said, they took my phone, and the funny thing is, when I was walking away and thinking about it, I was like, oh man, I gave one of my friends kind of a dirty name in my phone, but it was just a small thought in my head. They never said anything about it, so I guess I was fine. If you're wondering what it was, it had the F word. So for a few hours that day, I kind of had to just sit through class and lunch and, you know, figure out why and what was going on and make sense of things. And the worst part too is I was from a really small school, so when stuff like this happens, you see those people all the time. You walk by them, and the funny thing is, they were looking at me completely normal, almost like guilty. They were almost giving me like a guilty face. Not like I was guilty, but like they were guilty. They were giving me looks like that, and I was giving them looks of like, what? I was shocked, confused. Like I said, none of it made sense. So later, the office called me back. They gave me my phone back, and they were like, listen, you know, to be honest, none of this makes sense. And they were like, we clearly can tell that you're telling the truth. So, you know, we can't really do anything. If anything, I guess just stay away from this person. And to be honest, the way they kind of said it was like, that girl's crazy, try to get off her list, kind of way of saying it. They basically said it to me as if, like, you know, they knew I was okay, I didn't do anything, and they could kind of tell that maybe this was set up in a way. But the whole thing was weird, and I never got to learn everything about it. And there was even a point in time where I was wondering if maybe they had my phone number and basically like set up a conversation and then changed part of that contact to my number or something, because I didn't have their number, but I'm sure, you know, she kept my number, or, you know, they found my number or something. Like I said, she was a previous girlfriend, and I don't think I had changed that number for years. You know, I still had that number like a couple months ago, and they never really said sorry to me. They never said anything to me, but they still later on in life tried to talk to me again and still set me up for stuff. It made no sense, and I don't know what they were trying to get payback for, because that's what I'm guessing. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, is maybe they were trying to get payback for something. But I didn't do anything to her, so that didn't make sense either. We literally never even hung out, so it made no sense. The only time we talked was at school, and, you know, at school, you can't get away with much, you know? I was getting called to the office for shit I didn't even know about. So yeah, that's like the first of many stories of many crazy ex-girlfriends. I actually wanted to tell the story because I saw this person today, and I was like, oh man, I should probably tell this. I know my lady's watching, so I love you, babe. I'm sorry that I had to talk about another woman, but it was purely educational for the channel. Yeah, I'm trying to help people get wonderful ladies like you. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the videos and everything. I'm gonna try to, you know, at least make one more before Christmas. I think that would be nice, but if I don't, I hope everybody has a great Christmas, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.